Oh no, now I'm late. I don't have any time for breakfast.
Hey everyone, it's Miss Aubrey with Eat Right Philly, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of breakfast as part of a healthy lifestyle. Did you eat breakfast today? If you did, you might feel energized, you might feel ready to take on your day and ready to learn. But if you didn't have breakfast, you might feel tired, sluggish, you might even be in a bad mood. And who really wants to be in a bad mood? Like you saw earlier, I totally understand that breakfast sometimes isn't the biggest priority in the morning. Maybe we're running late, maybe we don't have enough time for breakfast, or maybe we don't even like the options that are available to us. But breakfast is still a really important part of our day because going without breakfast could mean going 16 to 20 hours since your last meal. Breakfast can really be as simple as 1, 2, 3. So we're going to talk about carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. When it comes to number 1, or carbohydrates, we actually have two things to think about. There are simple and complex carbohydrates. So simple carbohydrates are things like fruits or sugar and things that your body digests quickly, and they give us quick, fast energy. The complex carbohydrates are things like whole grains that give us energy that's long lasting throughout the day. So we want some of those in our breakfast to make sure that we can stay full until lunch. You want to think of carbohydrates as fuel for your brain. So without those in your breakfast, you're not going to do your best in school or throughout the day. The second thing we want to think about during our breakfast is incorporating some healthy fats. So unsaturated fats are a great way to get fats into your breakfast. So these are things like plant oils, avocado, nuts, and seeds that are going to give your body those essential fatty acids that you need. Fats are also important in your breakfast because they're still going to give your body some of that needed energy. Number 3, or the third thing that we need to think about when we are fueling up for breakfast, is protein. So protein is an important part of our breakfast, and it can be found in dairy products like milk, cheese, and yogurt, as well as eggs, lean breakfast meats, and peanut butter. This protein is going to provide energy to our muscles, and like all the other things, it's going to help keep us full until lunch. One good thing to think about when we're choosing our breakfast and we're trying to get this carbohydrate, fat, and protein is to make sure that we're having foods from at least 3 different food groups in our breakfast. So when we're thinking of a complete breakfast, we want to have 3 different food groups in our breakfast. So the best combination, or the best way that we can get all that energy, those carbohydrates, fat, and protein that we need, is including a whole grain, a fruit or a vegetable, and a dairy or a protein. So you can have more or less of these, but it's important that we're getting a good mix of these. So for our grains, we want to focus on whole grain foods. So whole grain cereal, whole grain toast, bagels, those are what's going to fill us up, and it's going to keep us fuller longer. These fruits and vegetables are going to give us the vitamins and minerals that we need for the day. So we want to focus on some healthy fruits, healthy vegetables, trying to have whole fruits and vegetables whenever we can instead of juice. And then dairy or protein, those are going to give us those fats and that protein to keep us full again. So things like milk alternative, yogurt, cheese, eggs, those are great ways to incorporate some dairy and some protein into your breakfast. So this is an easy thing to reference when you're thinking of 3 different food groups in your breakfast. Having that in mind, let's go make a breakfast with 3 different food groups. So a really quick and easy breakfast idea that I like to do a lot, and you can do too, is to make a smoothie for breakfast. So you're probably thinking, how can I get 3 different food groups into my smoothie? So what I like to do, and what you can do too, is I like to make smoothies with fruits, vegetables, and a little bit of dairy. So I have in here some pineapple, mango, banana, and then some kale as well, and I'm gonna top it off with milk. So I've got 3 food groups in my breakfast really easily, and it's really quick. Now that we know a little bit more about the importance of breakfast, let's watch that first scene play out again, and maybe we'll have a different ending.
I'm late. At least I have something quick picked out for breakfast.
So this morning I was running late, but I had just enough time to make myself a smoothie. So I have my 3 food groups, I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to fuel my day. Next time you're running late for breakfast, remember it's as easy as 1, 2, 3.